Connecting. Right, and there we are. I hope some people are going to join me and that I can work out how. Because this is only my second live recording ever on YouTube, that is. So I had to Google how it works, a tutorial, watch that. So if anyone's here, I don't think so, but if someone is here, please send me a message, let me know. I'll just wait, see chat messages already. As I wanted to do a live on my card decks. I got a whole lot of different card decks, and someone asked that a while back to do a video on that. So that's what I've set out to do. I have all my decks here on the table. Now I'm just waiting for people to join me. Because I think that I'm still alone, because there's an eye here and there is a line through it. So I suppose that means that there's no one watching yet. If so, then please send me a message, because I should be able to get chat messages. And it says there isn't any message. So I'll just wait and see what happens. As last time I did this, there were people watching and it was just me sodding around not seeing it. And everyone was replying, yes, we hear you, we're here. And I was like, there's no one here. I'm not certain if I can check this on my on my computer. I think so, but I'm just gonna check. And if there are people there, I'll be back in a second. Because I have to log in, I think, on my computer. Don't think I'm logged in this account. Because I should be able to get your chat messages. I'm going to quickly check. So you can hear me. Well, that's weird. So from what I can work out, you see me, Well, I wasn't here then, of course, but you can see me, you can hear me, and on here, on my phone, it says there isn't any message. Now that is weird. I also don't see any options for me to change that. Maybe I should have set it up properly first on my computer or something. I haven't a clue. Oh God, what have I done now? Right. Well, I don't know what I've done now. I've ruined it. Right. Press the button. Well, this is seriously annoying because I haven't a clue what you're saying now. I can't see. And, well, you are there. And if I sit over here, well, then I can read it on my computer. But then I haven't got my decks with me. Oh, dear God. Anyhow, let's see. The live chat is available. I suppose I can type. So you can hear me as well, right? Yeah, you are live, we can hear you, we can see you. 14 people in the room. This is really stupid. Why can't I see that on my phone? Hi, Ren-chan. Hi everyone, Milena in a Divine Guidance. Yeah, wonderful. Well, that means that I'm gonna have to sit over here then, and then I have to go get all my Oracle card decks because they're still on the table. Amazing. Anyhow, if you're interested, I don't even know whether you are interested in that. I wanted to just show you my the card decks that I've got and talk about that. Possibly, hi. Possibly pull the occasional card here and there, not from every deck because I have too many, then then we're going to still be here hours from now, and that's not the idea. I just felt like going live, and well, like I said, I hardly have ever, this is the second time I'm doing this on YouTube. Next time I'll just look into it before, you know. I seriously don't understand why I don't see the chat on my phone. Anyhow, are you guys interested in that? In, well, me going over my Oracle card decks with you, my Tarot card decks? And, hi, and what would you like to know? Alright, then please let me know in the chat if you're interested in that, and I'll go get my coffee because it's all on the table still. My entire table is full up with card decks, so I have to get a pile here and my coffee and switch on the light so you can see me properly because it's dark here as well. So well, then you just have to wait a little bit because I have to walk back and forth a few times to get my cards up here. I will draw some cards from a number of decks, but like I said, not every deck because I have so many, and but yeah, I will do that. Alright, so just hang on, bear with me, I'm gonna get my stuff. So anyone else got any specific things they would like to see from the decks? And please let me know. Right. Hi, Donna, Betty, Rita, Elizabeth. Let's see. Let's put the card next here. Yeah, it's not really the idea that I'm going to do a whole lot of readings. Like I said, I actually wanted to just... someone requested that a while back to do a video on my card decks that I've got, and that's what I want to do. I will pick a few cards here and there, but I'm not going to do non-stop readings all the time. That was not really the idea. And it would be amazing to have a card or two just general. Well, let's start with that. Let's just do that. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about my decks cards, and then we'll do whatever. I'll get more cards along the way. General. Betty, you're interested in crystals? Do you like crystals? I'm not certain. I'm just going to go for the crystal cards. Alright. Now then I'm going to use the Crystal Angels Oracle deck from Doreen Virtue. And this is just for everyone who's interested. If you want, you can have a specific thing in mind, a specific question. And I'm just going to draw 2 cards from this deck, the Crystal Angels Oracle cards. Right. Well, there's 2 cards right away. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes it goes real fast. Sometimes I have to shuffle like half an hour. So if you have a question or something in your mind that you want to know more about, one of the answers is this. I'll read it out in a second. Ruby. It's a beautiful card. I love it. It's one of my favorites from that deck. Bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. That was this card. I do hope you see him properly. I see him mirrored in the phone, but I think with the recording you see them normal. And the second card we have for that, just general, right? And you can have something specific in mind if you want an answer. Then we have Sapphire. Easy does it. Your health, happiness and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. So there is a message about reaching out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. And there is a message to just be gentle with yourself. Don't push things, because it says easy does it with the Sapphire card. So, yeah, cool. All right. I hope that gives you a bit of information, Betty, and everyone else, of course, who was interested in a card. I'm gonna do more, so don't worry about that. Yeah, this is a lovely deck. I think most people will know that if you follow a lot of card readings online on YouTube. It's really colourful, even if you just look at it this way. So absolutely wonderful deck, and it's got all these crystals with angels, and I really like it. I haven't used it an awful lot just yet, but I do like it. It's a nice addition to the rest of the stuff that I have. I have a free angel. All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Betty. You're welcome. Let's see. I'll show you a number of the, where is it? The tarot cards I've got. Maybe that's interesting to some of you. There's one I have to get. Alrighty. Need my cushion as well. Right. Because if you're interested yourself in tarot, when you're not really very experienced yet, then it's really handy to start with a beginner's deck. And I started myself with the Rider-Waite Tarot, the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, the default stuff. But I just couldn't resonate with it. I didn't like the artwork, and like the Queen of Cups, she looks like a really, well, like a bitch, like, you know. While she's supposed to be so loving and warm and kind. And then I, at some point, found another beginner's deck by Robin Wood, the Robin Wood Tarot. And it's more colourful, the artwork is beautiful. The Queen of Cups looks like a queen who is loving and warm and supportive, and yeah, so I'm quickly looking if I can see something else that is really... the sun is also nice in this card, so it's still based on the Rider-Waite, but it's just a bit friendlier and more colourful, so I like that a lot. Yeah, 999 in the clock. Alright, it's 18:33 here. Hi Justine. In start I take a Rider Tarot deck, yeah, and Oracle cards. Well, after that, after using this, that is a Robin Wood Tarot. I put it in the wrong thingy now. I moved to, I got myself another deck yet again, and that's the Green Witch Tarot. I actually feel like drawing a card from this deck. This is more pagan, more witchcraft. It's still very much Rider-Waite based, but yeah. Well, look at this. This is the Emperor, right? It's the Horned God. So this is really very much a pagan deck. And yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I've used this deck a lot, for the personal readings that I've done. What I also like, the Death card. If you know your tarot, then usually in the standard tarot deck, the Death is that skeleton on a horse. I never really liked that. No, not at all. And in this deck, the Green Witch, it's called the Lord of Shadows. And it's not nearly so scary. It's actually, the interpretation of this is beautiful. It boils down to the same interpretation. It's just that the artwork is a bit more pleasant to look at. I want to draw a card from this deck. Let's see, what are we gonna... Is a person I think of thinking about getting with me. Oh, that's quite specific. You're scared, Arita Elizabethi. You're scared of tarot? Is that what you mean? Scared of the tarot and the cards, but you know, it's just an aid to trigger your own inner knowing, your own intuition, to help dig up the stuff that you basically already know. Because in essence, you can also do readings without cards. I can, if I want to. I don't ever hardly ever do that. Sorry. I can also do readings for people without cards. I don't even need their real name for that. I've done that a number of times with people in forums asking for a reading, and then they use a nickname, right? They don't use their own name. And I just tune into that name, I tune into their energy, and I just get the information. And so it's in a way, it's not really related that much to cards. It's just a means of getting that information out of your subconscious or something, you know. It's not like the cards are evil or whatever. It's just a piece of cardboard with something printed on it. But just the visual, looking at the imagery, at the artwork, the visual of it helps trigger your intuition, your own intuition. So there's something that's already in there. So it just helps to dig that up. Yeah, exactly. You can do that without cards. I can do that as well. But with cards, sometimes it's a bit easier. Yeah, right, because you can have the visual, and yeah, it's just a different way of reading and tuning into energy. So yeah. So I hope that maybe helps you a little bit, Arita, Elizabeth, to not be so, to not really be scared of it. You know, there's nothing really to be scared of. Yeah, it is safe. Yeah. Unless you yourself tune into something that isn't good, right? But it hasn't got anything to do with the cards. That's with the reader themselves, right? I want to get a few cards. I'm not certain, just in general, because it has to be something for... thank you, Tanny. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'd like it to be for everyone, really, you know, so that everyone gets something out of it. Because I can do some personal stuff here and there, but not in great depth, because, well, yeah, then you get a personal reading, you know. Yeah, like questions like that, if I can be an anesthetist or a crystal healer together, yeah, that's really, really very personal. In actual fact, that requires more of a personal reading, I think. The number of your readings always resonated. Thank you, Iris. Yeah. How it affect my relationship. Iris, it was that ley line runs through the whole of Africa, from the north in Egypt, from the Giza Plateau, where the Sphinx is, and the Giza Pyramid, the Great Pyramid, all the way down south in a straight line to Durban in South Africa. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you could even Google that with the longitudes. I found out yesterday or the day before that it's all these places are on longitude 31 degrees and 14 minutes east, and there are websites that allow you to Google that, so if that helps. I have one card coming out. I have no idea. I'm not focusing on anything. Thank you, Shamin. I'm just going to do a general message yet again. I'm going to go for something more specific in a bit with another deck. For right now, let's see, just a bit more general again. I'm going to do for, let's see, that means that everyone can just think of something that you want to have clarity on. I'm just going to trust that the cards are going to answer that, alright? I've got one already, so just think of something. I want one more. I feel... Oh, wonderful. This is just really quite amazing. I wonder how this is going to resonate, you know. So I hardly ever do it like this, just like that. Yeah, it's just fun as well. It should be fun, right? I have 4 cards. I wanted a third one, and then 2 came out. I'll show you the first 2 cards. The first one is the World card. And this is victory and feeling good and being seen and validated. Also feeling that way yourself on the inside. The World card is absolutely wonderful. It's a major arcana card. And basically means that there is an ending of a huge cycle that was going on in your life. And usually that is big. It's not like a smaller cycle, then it would be the wheel of fortune. The World card is big, so it's something new or something that is about to start, a new cycle that is going to begin. And you're going to feel good, it's going to do you good, you're going to get recognition, validation, you're going to feel successful, victorious. This is the 6 of Wands card, it's absolutely wonderful. So, and this is just for everyone, right? I just drew general cards, 4 cards. Now, let's see. I'm not certain I should hold them this way or that way around. I don't know. This is mirrored for me. Anyhow, the third card is the Emperor. It's the Emperor. The Horned God is the Emperor. And then we have the Five of Swords. Now, that's a nice one to end with. First, the Emperor. The Emperor is masculine energy, being structured, being able to take decisions, to take actions, to do, to feel good, to feel empowered, supported. I mean, look at him, right? As not a dude who is like, oh, I don't know what to do. This is a man who's empowered, who knows his worth, who knows what he wants. Also a major arcana card, so it is strong, right? This is strong, very strong. More so than a king, for instance, because, yeah, this is a major arcana card. But then we have the Five of Atamis. Now I have to take a second, because I can mean a number of things. I feel for most, it will be like you're this man, not that one, but this one. Although it could actually be either. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter all that much. I feel the message is generally that you should make sure that what you're doing, that you keep enjoy doing that. That you don't lose your inspiration, your passion for it. Right, so that it remains fun. So you remain in this great feeling from the Six of Wands and that victorious, successful, wonderful, glorious feeling that you're on top of the world. Make sure you don't lose that. Stay in touch with your intuition and because that helps usually, right? So you keep on the right track, do the right thing, and so you keep your that spark alive. Keep that spark of joy and passion alive. Hope that makes sense to a great many people of you. I need a sip of coffee. Oh, that got dark. That was weird. Because of the reflection on my mug. For your twin flame, yeah, I don't know what you want to know. I can draw a card, but yeah, I don't know what you want to know. And twin flame readings, that's I can give you one card and let's see what deck. I feel like using this or not. I'll call that one Angel Therapy. No. Let's say twin flame card. Just one card, because I'm not going to do twin flame readings. That is way too, one card. One Ring Circus. 2 came out. How typical. So this is for a twin flame situation. It was asked by one person, I'm not certain how to pronounce that, by LMH Dev. One Ring Circus, remember that you can do it all by yourself on your own, that you have everything you need to just be able to do things by yourself. You don't need anyone else in order to be whole to do it yourself. And then we have Golden Palace. That's also a wonderful card, a very positive card. There is a Golden Palace there, but make sure that it's how do you say that? Because with that Golden Palace is absolutely wonderful. It's a very positive card, like I already said, but I always feel like it is on this edge of that cliff, and personally I would not build my palace there. Right? It's like, what if this is gonna give way? Then the entire palace is gonna come tumbling down. So in a way I always feel that it's also a bit of a warning that you are not building something that isn't completely real. Make sure that it's real, that it's got proper foundation, and remember that you can do it everything yourself as well, right? So you don't become dependent or needy and all that stuff. So I hope that sort of satisfies you. That's a tricky thing with twin flames. That's so yeah. That is the Enchanted map oracle card deck. I always like that as well. I often use it too when I do personal readings as an extra with my tarot cards. And there's actually a book about this, about the yeah, it's really nice. It explains then why she came up with the idea of the map, and I do like it. I do like it. There's a number of beautiful cards in there. Many cards on angels, not angels, animals as well. But this one, for instance, is really nice with the dolphins. Trying to get the glare out. And that one. There's also a similar one like this, also to giraffes, that says commitment. It's really a nice deck. Really wonderful. From Colette Baron Reed. Yeah. Well, Switzerland, it's always good to approach something like a new job, finding a new job with confidence and optimism, right? That always helps with everything in life. So, yeah. I should definitely say go for that. You know, that's the one thing that people need. And pregnancy, yeah, well, sorry, that is something I daren't really go. You know, I've done that once, but that's really tricky, really tricky to do, and it's also more for personal reading. So hi Sujata. Yeah, basically we're just doing going through the decks, the card decks that I have. And in the meantime, here and there, drawing cards to questions. Yeah. Oh, so I mean, the twin flame question, you mean, the message. Well, I hope it indeed was satisfactory. I did show the Green Witch deck, and after I had used that so many times, I really used it for all my personal readings. It resonated so well because it's more pagan, more witchcraft, more, you know, I am really a pagan. I'm also a light worker, but I'm really a pagan. and at some point I felt like I wanted more. I wanted another tarot deck that went even deeper and also pagany, and that's when I got the this deck in. It's the green, no, not the green, it's the Wildwood Tarot deck. And I saw that online being used by other readers, and at first I didn't like it much because there's a lot of cards in there that I thought, well, that's weird, you know, like this. The Knight of Stones. I have nothing against animals, but cards with animals on them, I find them so difficult to interpret. Same thing with that. It's another one. There's also a knight, the Knight of Swords, the Hawk, and but this deck kept calling, and at some point I just felt like I just need it. I just really want it, and it done me an awful lot of good because this deck deviates from the default Rider-Waite stuff, and that is sometimes good. Because then your own intuition can start to kick in and come up with messages from the subconscious, with your own real, own pure intuition, and not the learned interpretations from the default tarot, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, right? Because after years of using that, you just learn and memorize the interpretations, and at some point it is helpful to do that, but at some point it becomes limiting. And this deck really helped me to free my own intuition, and to, that's why I sometimes, when I use this deck, the Wildwood Tarot deck, come up with interpretations that are completely not in the book of this deck, not in any book. It's just my own stuff that comes up, and I just stick with that. I trust that. And apparently a good thing, because many people, they say it's always spot on. So yeah. Righty, another deck. Anyone got any questions? Something that I can focus on? I hope someone, that there's still people here. I don't know how I can tell, not even. Oh, 31 watching. Well, that's wonderful. Hi, Starry Night. Well, thank you. That's really sweet. A spring message. That I like. I like that. I really like that. Soul Tribe. I could try to see what comes up. Hi, Monica and Fairuz. I'm glad to hear, Samin. Spring message and Soul Tribe. The Soul Tribe, I can try see what comes up with the... if I can find the deck, because it is probably still at the table. I will have to get it in a second then. The Work Your Light Oracle cards, because I feel that is really good for that sort of questions. So we could do that, because I might, yeah, no, hang about, then I have to scroll up again. Soul Tribe it was, right? First a spring message. First we're going to do a spring message, otherwise I'm just going to forget. I'm so hot. A spring message. Spring, spring, spring. This can come out. Let's see. Let's do 3 groups. So I'm going to do 1 card for each. So please get a number in your 1, 2 or 3, whatever resonates with you. And that is your number. That is going to be your card. So I'm going to do 1 card for each number, right? So that's a spring message. Spring message for you. So it's going to just be short and sweet. For the numbers 1. Alrighty. Now I want to do these again. So I want them to really jump out clearly, right? That was better. And for the numbers 2, 1 card, spring message. Here we have it. Okay. This is, I drew cards from the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck. For the numbers 1. Beautiful message. Heart chakra. I'm not certain if the camera now focuses properly. Probably not, I don't know. Heart chakra. I love myself and others unconditionally, and I nurture loving relationships. Look at that card. It's beautiful. And that's a beautiful spring message as well. Loving yourself and others unconditionally, and nurture your relationships. Alright, numbers 2. I hope you're ready. This is your card. At the day's end, rest, for the numbers 2. I feel that is a wonderful spring message card as well. These colors, that green and the yellow, the golden yellow. I find peace in nature, and I rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. So for you, the message likely is to just indeed just slow it down a little bit, so your body and your mind can rest, maybe recover from something, and and because then you can connect with spirit. I like that. Look at how she has these 3 black cats surrounding her. 1, 2, and 3. One in her lap as well. Familiars. So she is, I think, very protected. Really very protective, because that's what cats do. They are very protective. So I hope that resonates with you. And then for the last group, the number 3, I love this. Oh. Reach for your dreams. Beautiful card. Absolutely wonderful card. I am the creator of my own dreams and achieve them with confidence. And she is reaching out. It's almost as if she's weaving a web of light up there. I hope you can see that. It's a beautiful card. So, yeah, you're welcome. I hope that the card made you feel good and that it resonated with you, with whichever one you chose, of course. Also a wonderful deck, this the Conscious Spirit deck. I also love the back side of it. It's beautiful. All these chakra colors. It's wonderful. Alrighty. And now, and then we had the alsjeblieft Monica. The Soul Tribe question. Now, I can't completely remember what you wanted to know. Could you please tell me briefly again what your exact question was? Oh, you're looking for your soul friends. So how would you phrase that? How would you, how you can find them? Is that basically it? How you can find your soul tribe? Oh, right. Yeah, that's wonderful, Switzerland. I'm going to get the Work Your Light Oracle deck. It's on my table because I was originally set there to record, but that didn't work out. So, yes, I'm healing now about working with myself. All right, well, I'm going to get that deck so we can do that. Right. The Work Your Light. Are there more people who'd like to probably, right? Like to know your how to find your soul tribe? Yeah, Justine, if I can remember, I'm gonna do that in a bit. But we were gonna do the soul tribe, how to find your soul tribe, or what can help find your soul tribe. Yeah, Starry Night, but don't despair. It can still happen, you know. It's often that the tribe that you resonate with changes as you get older, when you go through different phases in life. And sometimes that's not your real highest soul tribe, soul family just yet, maybe. But yeah. All right. Well, then we're gonna do. I'm gonna do 3 numbers then again for the soul tribe. How to find your soul tribe, or what can help find your soul tribe. What am I gonna use? You can just visualize that yourself. I'm not gonna get all these objects either, right, to show you. A rose is number 1. A swan is number 2. And for number 3, a dolphin. Yeah, that resonates. A dolphin. So 1, if you prefer a rose. Number 2, if you love a swan. And number 3, if you feel like the dolphin is for me, right? For the soul tribe, how to find your soul tribe, or what can help find it, from this deck, the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Let's see if we can get some answers for the numbers 1. How to find your soul tribe. Oops. Right, numbers 2, the swan people. No, there's too many. This is a slightly difficult deck to shuffle because the stock is really thick, and then yeah, that doesn't always help. Numbers 2, the swan people. Right, numbers 3, the dolphin people. There. I'm gonna show you. Be patient. Bear with me, please. I have to look one card up to see if there's any specific something I have to tell you. The numbers 1, first of all, for the people, the rose people. I'm gonna call you the rose people. I like that. You have 2 cards, you lucky bastards. And I felt Starry Night, just take a moment to think about it, or use it for a dolphin, right? Numbers 1, the rose people. What does it say? I can't read mirror. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So, you know, how to find your tribe, what to do, what can help is by coming out of your comfort zone, out of your shell, out of, you know, that sort of thing. You have to come out of that and get engage in the world, socialize, mingle, go out, show yourself, express yourself. That kind of thing, that is important for you in order to find your soul tribe. And then there is another card, and let's see, that's what I was looking up. That's that one, the pillar of light. Your vibration is rising, and you are the oracle. Let's see if there's anything that stands out. Because this is about raising the vibration of yourself first, of course, and then helping to raise the vibration of the planet, on the planet, to be a conduit, basically, between the cosmic energies and the earth energies. And that you can get in touch with the angels and other divine or spiritual beings. That you're not alone. They dance, all these beings, like the angels, they dance together through you. They sing together through you. Without your body or your voice, your creations, neither can be expressed. And that feels like the message from this card. So in order to do the divine work, to do what you came here to do, you have to get out of your comfort zone, out of your shell. You have to start expressing yourself. And also do this if you don't do that, the divine can't work through you to help you do what you came here to do. And then you also can't find your soul tribe. Right? Because it works through your body, through your voice, through your creations, through your body. You're maybe even dancing or acting, whatever, painting. But then you have to get out of that cave, otherwise no one's going to hear. That is how I explain that. Alright, I get to the swan people. I also want to quickly look up, because sometimes these messages are really quite specific. And I have so many decks you can't remember everything, you know. Let's see. And then I'm going to show you what card it is as well. Right, for you it is very important, the swan people, basically what it says here on the card, get grounded. You have to get grounded. It says you are not grounded, and that doesn't help you. It really doesn't help you. Empath, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So you likely are indeed very sensitive. It could even be that you are so sensitive that you pick up. This is number 2, the swan people. It could be that you are so sensitive that you get out of whack by the stuff that you pick up in your environment or from other people, and that gets you off your grounding. So it is important for you to get grounded. And if you get grounded, you also get more clarity, because then this is not number 1 anymore. This is the numbers 2, the swan. All right. The numbers 1 was a completely different message, to get out of your comfort zone, more that message, and this is numbers 2, the swan people, to get grounded. For why I just explained that, right? Also, if you get grounded, you get more clarity, because then you can get in alignment with your higher self as well, and with spirit and angels, etc., and then you can get intuitive messages and so on come through. So that's for the numbers 2 important if you want to find your soul tribe. That will help, right? Because then you likely are better able to make this higher connection as well, to get messages, etc. So then it helps to find them. So that was the numbers 2. Then we're going to go to the numbers 3, the dolphin people. Yes, everyone with it, we are going to the dolphin people now. So that you're not, not confused. We are numbers 3. This is boundaries. That's what you should do. Where do you need to establish better boundaries for yourself? That is important for you. The thing also is that if you don't really have clear boundaries, you can get completely also out of whack and cluttered and, because you let maybe people walk all over you, and you don't know where you end and where someone else begins, and you can never find your soul tribe, your soul family from that situation, because you can't get clarity, you can't get into alignment if you are too much all over the place, because your boundaries are too wishy-washy. In a way, it's also a matter of self-love. When you love yourself enough, then you can also just have healthy boundaries in place. Say no to people, which in actual fact is saying yes to yourself. Because then it's about you, right? It is about you. Setting boundaries is about you. And also, I feel for many of you, you will get more peace of mind if you set more boundaries. I get a sense that many of you, and it might not be for everyone, but I feel that a lot of you are too... sorry, I mustn't read if I'm talking, because then I'm out of it. Overrun almost with too much, overwhelmed, too much input. And if you then have healthy boundaries, you can create your own safe haven with that, in which you can have peace of mind, and where you can rest and recuperate. And then you can get more clarity, and you will feel much better, physically likely as well, but also mentally, emotionally. And then because finding your soul tribe, it depends what you mean. Do you mean your soul tribe here on earth, or your soul tribe in up there, in the higher realms? It can be either, I think. But also here on the planet, if you are all over the place with your mental energy and your emotions, because you don't have boundaries, then it's also very difficult to find your soul tribe. It works out if you are clear, centered, a good channel, because then you can also pick up on the divine messages, angel messages, etc., signs and symbols that get you in touch with your soul tribe. Whew! I hope that helps. Yeah, and then I have to stop reading, because I automatically started to read there what you were saying, but then I'm out of it, then I lose it. Righty. So that is the Work Your Lights Oracle deck. I so love that. I bought it I don't know, a month, 2 months ago or something. And I'm so glad I got it in, because I do a lot with it at the moment. I work with it a lot. Because it does have these high energies and things, soul things, but also a card like Lemuria and Akasha. And yeah, absolutely stunning deck. Wonderful. Righty. A few more, then I'm gonna call it quits. I do enjoy this. I should do this more often. It is a lot of fun. Let's see. Iris, you picked a dolphin. I hope it resonated with you, that you recognize the tendency. Yeah, you're welcome. What message does the divine want to give us watching you live? So right now, what message the divine wants to give you? Alright. Goddess Power Oracle. Yes, I think that's really lovely for that. Although it might be a little bit more work for me, because to interpret it, but what the hell. It's a nice deck. It really is lovely. Now every time I lift up something, the screen goes dark. What am I going to use now to have you choose? Yeah, this. Hang about. I'm not certain if you can see. I'm going to do 3 cards. This is a message from the divine right now, this very red hot minute. If you're watching this stream later on, then it is for that red hot minute, right? For the moment you're watching this, which for you and me is now. Let's see, I want to do it this way. These are, what the hell are they called? Aura Soma Pomandos. Sometimes it's like, what do you call that in English? Aura Soma Pomandos. I got 3. The first one is, I can't remember exactly what it did, what color it is. Well, let's just call it peach. It is a bit peachy. It's not. Now you should be able to see it. It's a pink orange, so I'm just going to call that peach. And this one is numbers 2 for you. This is magenta, the magenta pomander. And for the numbers 3, if you prefer that, is emerald. Oh, come on. Emerald color pomander. Right? So numbers 3 is the peachy, pink, orange, peachy. Numbers 2 is magenta, message from the divine for now. And numbers 3 is the emerald pomander. Right, then we're gonna get the card. This is again difficult shuffling again for the same reason. The stock is really quite thick. Numbers 1, the peach pomander. 1 card will do. That was a bit too many. Okay, numbers 1. Card for pink pomander. Numbers 2. Message from the divine now. Numbers 3. Emerald. Of course, there has to be 1 card that I do not know. Meaning I will have to look it up in the book. I hope you have a bit of patience. Anyhow, they're all beautiful. There are goddesses, all goddesses from all kinds of cultures all over the world. They're beautiful cards. Numbers 1, which was the peach pomander. You're gonna love this. Aphrodite, yeah. Isn't that wonderful? You've got Aphrodite, romantic love. Wow, I don't think that needs any further explanation. The goddess of love, beauty, aesthetics, and all these Also arts, I believe, Aphrodite, arts, expressing yourself in a loving way, very feminine energy is absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Catalina Josephine. That's really sweet, thank you. Hi, oh, you just tuned in, right? I suppose. This was a message for right now from the divine, but then yeah, you missed the beginning. Then I think with the choosing, maybe you can catch it in the replay. If yeah. Anyhow, numbers 2. Who chose a magenta pomanda? You have Skuld, a Norse goddess, the future Skuld. This is one of my favorite cards. I so love that. The beautiful icy blue colors. I love it. She's about being in the now, that you do not live in the future because you have no power in the future. And also not live in the past because that's gone. Right? That's past. That's why it's called past. You can look at the past to see what you should learn, what you should change maybe, but don't live in the past. You have to live in the now. All your power is in the now. Plus, if you are in the now, you are centered, you are focused, you are strong, because your power is here in the now. And also the what you do now influences the future, how the future is going to develop. So in that sense, if you are worried about the future, what you do now in the now is important for your future. Makes sense, right? So be in the now, live in the now. If you want to have the glorious future that you want, you have to do the work now. Hope that makes sense. Yes, it is a beautiful card, isn't it? This one. They're actually all beautiful, but you always have preferences. Yeah, this is gorgeous. And then for the numbers 3, and like I said just now, I have to look up in the book because I don't know the deeper message of it. And as for the numbers 3 was the Emerald Pomanda. I'm not certain what that letter is. They used this fancy font. I can't read it. I think Zen. Well, whatever. Benzai Zen. I'm just going to go for a Z. That it's a Z. I'm not certain. I think she's a Japanese goddess. Beauty. So you have to just wait a second because I have to look up her message. If I can interrupt that for a second, just a split second. The numbers 1 people, the peach people, I hope you're still here. I see this here now in the book, and I want to tell you that because that's lovely. Aphrodite invites you to fall in love with your life now and choose to look for the essence and expression of love all around you. By doing so, love will increase tenfold, and you will see evidence of it everywhere you turn. This is your sacred task when Aphrodite chooses to aid and empower you. I like that. Love that. Aphrodite invites you to fall in love with your life right now. Beautiful. Anyhow, the number 3 people, Benzai. And there's a lot of text, so I have to just quickly go over it and try to get the message that you need. The number 3, the Emerald. You are, I'm just going to read up bits and pieces of it that I feel are important. Alright, the number 3. You are at your most lovely when you are being yourself. The Japanese goddess of beauty, oh, it's a T, Benzai 10, so not Zen, a 10, reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being in a physical body requires self-care. Now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power in every aspect of your life. If you can commit to doing that, you will be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere, even in the most unexpected places. Beauty waits to be discovered. Consider this before you turn away from a person, a place, or a thing. Beauty is everywhere. Wow. It's your time to find it, and the goddess Benzite 10 will help you. Wow. I love that. I love that. And I think with that, I'm going to call it a night, because we've done quite a lot, and I think this is a beautiful, beautiful note to end this live session with. So I'm going to thank you all for being here, and for sharing and commenting, and for the beautiful questions that you came up with. And I sure as hell am going to do this again, you know, and I mean, I only used a very few number of decks and I have so many, so I can easily do this again and use different decks, and right, and so thank you for being here. I sure as heck enjoyed it. I hope I'm gonna work it out that I can save it as a live on YouTube for people to watch. So thank you everyone. Have a lovely, lovely day or evening wherever you are. And I will see you again, I hope, with another reading or another video. And oh, I just want to briefly tell you, I did a reading Sunday, pre-recorded then, like I normally do, on love, and something went wrong with it. So, I had 4 sets, and with set number 2, it got out of sync. And so it rendered the entire reading useless, and I was so you know, because it takes about 2 hours from shuffling to uploading and putting the timestamps into. You know, you watch 10-15 minutes, but for me it's about 2 hours work. And it was all gone because I was out of sync. I might be able to salvage some of it, and I'm not certain yet. Anyhow, you got this now, right? And I hope you are happy with it. And thank you, and see you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.